Here at the trailhead slash group camping site for the Sunset Ridge side of Mansfield. Off in the distance, you can hear the gunfire and training going on at the Vermont Army National Guard base in Jericho. It's a interesting song to listen to while hiking in the woods, along with all the birds and water and nature. The goal of this hike is to make it up Sunset Ridge, goof around a little bit at the top, make a burger. We got all that packed in the bag. Then possibly cut over onto Cliff Trail and then back down Halfway House. Hopefully the rain is far in the distance. It should start sprinkling here in about a couple hours, but hopeful that it's not going to be too bad and that we're not going to have to hike extra into a shelter to make food. It'd be great to just do it right around the summit, wherever there's a little bit of protection from wind. Yeah, trail, pretty good, quiet. There are only 2 cars in the parking lot, so it should be a nice and peaceful day, nice and calm, and it's beautiful out. Yeah, I'll update in a little bit once I make it onto the into the woods and off the gravel path. Alright, we're near Cantilever Rock now. As you can probably see, I am quite sweaty. Now, while I would like to blame the humidity that just keeps getting worse and worse as we go up, I also gotta blame myself being a little bit out of shape. It's been a while since I've gone for a hike, especially a long hike. Usually I love the short and steeps, the challenges, all aspects of that, but a nice long hike, it's been a while. So yeah, we're probably over a mile in, so not even too bad, but not even halfway up yet. We'd be nearly at the top for a mile hike that I usually do with steeper trails. So yeah, feeling it a little bit, but we're almost there. Take a quick break at Cantilever, catch the breath, cool down, drink some water, all the good stuff. Well, we're out here. Super, super beautiful. Huge echo from the rocks over there. And it is gorgeous. See the ridge, Mansfield, falling all the way down, back through all the green mountains. Camels hump in the distance. Just panning over at the expanse. All the towns, so small. All the depth from all the clouds and the rain on the horizon, but looks pretty far away. It doesn't look like it'll catch us until probably the summit. But wow, just look at that rock wall. It goes all the way up there. Super, super beautiful. All right, I'm gonna take a break, have some sugar, eat some dates, drink some water, and get back on the trail in a bit. Made it quite far along. We're starting to break out of the trees here and there. Great view out here. You can see in the distance the smoke rising from the Vermont Army National Guard training site. That's where all the shooting's coming from. They're doing their machine gun training or something. It's very, very faint off in the distance, but you can still kind of hear it every now and then. But yeah, super beautiful. The wind's not too crazy. Seems like we're outrunning the rain, or the rain's just coming later. Off in the distance you can see a little bit maybe starting, but it's pretty far out. Yeah, get back on the trail. Start breaking more ground and higher up. The rock sections are the most fun. Also, if it were to start raining, they'd become the most scary. So these rocks get slick. All the erosion from footsteps and time has worn some of them down, and they're quite smooth, which makes them extra slippery when the rain comes. just hoping to avoid that, because that would be dangerous and provide a much harder descent than the ascent. But yeah, I gotta put the camera down so I can climb over some of these spots, but keep you updated in a bit. We're nearing the summit push. Haven't yet made it fully off the ridge, but it is nice up here. This cool wind is quite pleasant compared to the damp and wet woods. Still beating the rain by a pretty good amount. Beautiful up here. Quiet. Only seen a couple people. So, making our way up. Nice and slowly. Taking some breaks to look at the gorgeous views way off in the distance. Yeah, progress is going good. So, and have it keep going that way. These plants are wild blueberries. You can see they're starting to blossom and the bees are absolutely loving them. Towards the later summer, they start to bear fruit, and while they are little mini blueberries, they are quite delicious. They're a great sugary trail snack, but a little hard to find due to all the birds and the little rodents up here that are grabbing them. But as you can see, they're all over this alpine tundra, and they thrive here. Across all the summits in the Green Mountains, you'll see them, and they're the best little surprise to find when out on the trail and hungry, tired, exhausted. They are just something phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to all of them this year. There are a lot of flowers growing on them, so it'll be a great year for wild blueberries. Very excited. All right. We're out on Western Chin Clip, making our way up to the summit for the final push. It started sprinkling for a minute or two, but it's over now, and it's just back to the overcast and a little windy. Still plenty humid though. But yeah, final push. We'll be at the top 15-30 minutes or so probably. Yeah. Alright, almost near the summit. As you can tell, I made it to the summit. There's people over by it, so I'm over under this rock. But yeah, we're cooking up a burger. It's smelling really good already. The views are absolutely gorgeous. Just a hint of rain coming down. Clean that off. And yeah, sitting under this rock because it's the same spot that I sat just a couple months ago when I went skiing over here. And this is the line we skied, which doesn't look possible now looking at it, but apparently it's skiable, and what a fun ski it was. Yeah, I'm gonna set this back down and keep cooking the burger. Man, I'm gonna have to flip that again. Thought it was done, but no. Looks like I have the whole ridge to myself. I don't see anyone up here. So pretty good timing. People probably came early because of the rain on the forecast, but I think we're gonna be clear. Getting a little chilly though. Might throw my raincoat on in a bit, but yeah, it's pretty up here. And boy, does it smell good with a burger. Oh yeah. Alright, we got the burger looking good, nice and thick, half-pound burger. Got my homemade burger sauce on there, and about to go enjoy this right up by the summit, so it's gonna be good. Alright, finished having my burger. Had a great view, sitting on that rock out into Stowe. Let's see. Yeah, down there. Down at the Stowe Resort, and I'm just gonna go walk right over to the summit marker. You know, it's always good luck. And then once I'm done that, all the way over to Halfway House, I guess. Here we are, summit marker. Woo. You can see the clouds rolling by as you look at West Chin. This is a great day for a hike. Super fun. Yeah, the clouds, they're just right in front of me. So it's kind of good timing to start turning around. It's probably about to get real wet up here. Oh, I already slipped. Yeah. I'll update you back when I'm over at Halfway House Trailhead. Yeah. I've walked the whole ridge from summit down to the visitor center. It's closed. Big surprise. And now I'm walking right back to the trailhead for Halfway House. That should be a fun hike down. Never been there. Don't know what to expect, but only 2.5 miles, so shouldn't be too long. But yeah, you'll see off in the distance one of the radio towers. Others behind me on the other side of the nose. I've always wanted to go up to the nose. I went next to it when I went over to the forehead in the winter and skied down Teardrop, but never hiked up to the nose. Let's see. Canyon Trail Loop. I don't think that's it. However, it's in the right spot. Alright, we're heading down. I guess the sign must change to Halfway House at some point, or the map I got was wrong. Dang, they are shooting off even more stuff in the military training. They've upgraded to what sounds like the gun on an A-10 Warthog. It's just a straight burr sound, and every time blast that goes off, it's not super loud, but whoops. Well, there's what I was talking about with the wet rocks. Didn't fall, just slipped. Yeah, as I was saying, every time a burst of the rounds goes off, it's kind of a surprise. Yeah, it's fun to hear, cool to hear. Definitely neat to know what would be going on over there, what they're training for. Because this is the first time I've heard it. All the times I've been up here, all the times I've been around the general location of it, I've never heard anything. So hearing it down in the parking lot and still hearing it now is really neat. Almost probably more than 3 hours later. So yeah, 3 hours 15 minutes later, they're going at it. They've switched to different things though, so that's cool. Yeah, on the trail. Seems like this one's not as well established as the Sunset Ridge trails, but I've done worse. It's good when there's at least a vision of where to go. You know, if it was some of the other stuff I did to be going through stuff like that, even thicker, where you just don't know where the trail is, where there's a cliff, where there might be a bear or moose. Been pretty close to getting an interaction with both of those up here, but hopefully none today. Hopefully they're a little more scared of this part because people come over here and all that. Yeah, starting to be some hiking which I would want two hands available, so I'm not going to be recording for a little bit. So update you guys in a bit. And over to this really cool cave section over here where, I mean, the wind coming out of this is super cold, and this is just straight like super cool. Make sure there's no bears or critters in here. We're making my way up. Super fun and unique part of the trail. And mind you, we're doing this right off the edge of this cliff here. You can just see the overlook is just about goes straight down with some trees and all that to protect you. Even more cave sections where hundreds of millions of years ago, this part of the mountain broke off and slid and created what we now see here. By the looks of it, I gotta go that way, over this gap. It's not super sketchy, as long as I'm not having to, you know, crawl down in any caves like that, then I'd say that's a win for me. Whew. Some really cool rocks that slabbed off. This is some fun hiking. The sort of hiking that I'd say is pretty unique to, well, very least New England, but quite possibly only to Vermont. Also appears I've gone the wrong way. Unless there's a curve around over there, but nope. Looks like I was supposed to go through these caves. I'm gonna put the camera down so I can do this safely. But it's pretty cool. All right, back on the trail. We were just on the other side of that rock right there, all the way over there. And actually, we were supposed to climb up through this, which I had to take the backpack off for, and I barely squeezed through. And now we're going even more in all these super cool slabbed off rocks. Oh, and when I tell you the difference in temperature, wow, is really dramatic. It is. Wow, this is beautiful over here. I gotta grab a picture of this for sure. Whew. Just want to be extra careful to not slip going up or down any of these rocks, because it's another 2.5 to 3 miles down the mountain. I don't want to do that hurt. Whew. Loose rocks. Man, this is something else. Wow. Shouldn't get on through here. Jeez. It's just a corridor. And it is tight. Wow. I don't know why the hell they put the markers there, but this is much easier to get through. At least they provide a ladder. All right, camera's going down again. Wow. Unexpectedly had to bust out the headlight. Good thing I brought that. But it is a full-on cave in there, and there's even more below. There's markings like 15, 20 feet down, leading to who knows where, coming from who knows where. Maybe in through there, I don't know. Whew. Hope this is ending soon. It's quite tiring. Man, it's a little beating up the legs a little bit. This is something. When looking at trails advertised, well, not really advertised, just trails on the mountain, I've seen this one a couple times. Never seen the caves over there. Not a single picture of them. And safe to say, definitely going to be returning. Because that was spectacular. It'd be much easier to go with other people, a lighter bag, just something to kind of act as a backup, maybe some ropes and real equipment, see how far down they go. But that was spectacular, beyond my imagination of what I'd find on this little cutoff trail. We're not even on Halfway House yet. We're still on a connector. And I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be a 15-minute connector. Probably been 30 minutes. And not there yet. Getting close. Signs up ahead. But wow. Super unexpected. And it's gonna be really great. My friends and I were wanting to go explore Cave of the Winds over on the east side on Cliff Trail, but this one's closer. Plus, it looks much more complex. Woo! Crows are calling up ahead. I'm gonna put the camera down. There's a rope here. We're making some good progress down on Halfway House. It's a little slower because it's downhill, but legs are feeling a little jello-like. It's been worse, but I think the most uncomfortable thing is I'm feeling some blister on my feet. When that the sweat just soaks into socks, it does not make your feet happy. I guess the good side, the bright side, is that it's getting bright. The sun's coming out. Hopefully it doesn't warm up too much, but it's still gonna be pretty nice weather. And gotta make sure to drink some extra water. So I'm not wanting to feel the dehydration. Yeah, it's slow but steady progress. But shortly we'll be out on the gravel road, probably another mile, which doesn't sound that bad, and I'm hoping it isn't actually that bad. So yeah, catch you guys up later. GoPro's about to die, so I'm not gonna get any footage till the bottom. I'll give you a little recap, take a video on my phone for you guys, but yeah, only around halfway done, and it's setting in. Jelly legs are sitting real heavy. Yeah, probably another hour, and like I said, I'll make a little video once I'm down at the car, once I'm done this. Yeah, see ya. Alright, made it down Halfway House, on the gravel path now, back to the car. I am exhausted, hungry, thirsty, all of it. And I know I definitely am quite sweaty. So yeah, Anyways, hike's just about done. It wasn't too eventful after the GoPro died.